If what someone says on the internet bothers you that much, maybe you just shouldn't be on the internet. If I hate the game so much, why the fuck do you think I played it every day? In fact, because my last video has been seen as drama farming, my channel moving forward will likely suffer, since making a video that performs that well is going to be a monumental task that I'm not confident I can achieve. If I just wanted to hate, I wouldn't have mentioned the things that I personally prefer, and would have instead just said, yeah, no, weakness ain't shit, speed is designed like ass, stop acting like mechanics matter when you can't even fucking read. So let's pull up some of these comments and summon the wrath of the Hoyo community one last time. Hey everyone, before this video starts, I just want to say that I want to try my hand at review style content, so I'll be streaming Tribe 9 alongside the usual Monster Hunter. I want to keep up with all the new releases, and during quieter months explore some other games I haven't tried, like Blue Archive or Reverse 1999, or something like that. Let me know what you're interested in seeing, and let's get into the video. So last week, I made a video called Star Rail, an insult to turn-based games, and while insult is definitely a strong word to use, that is genuinely how I feel about the game 2 years after its launch. A lot of people had a lot to say, so I want to go over some of the responses and talk about what I think is a massive problem in the Hoyo community, which is the difference between drama and opinions. So just to get this out of the way, I don't really give a fuck about what people said about me in the comments. If what someone says on the internet bothers you that much, maybe you just shouldn't be on the internet. This video is not going to be me apologizing because I've given up on Star Rail or because my second actual video on this channel had some oversights. The video at the time of writing this has over 60,000 views, over 1,000 comments, over 4,000 likes, with a nearly 90% like ratio, all because I no longer enjoy Star Rail and had some opinions that people didn't really agree with. Some of my examples weren't perfect, and we will cover that at the end of this video, but if I knew it was going to blow up, I would have spent more than literally 3 days working on it, most of which was me learning more about editing. Until the last section of this video, it's just going to be second monitor content, nothing important will be on screen, it's just a VOD from yesterday, feel free to watch this while clicking auto or something. So anyway, let's get into it. Before we talk about the fragile egos of permanently online Hoyo players, I want to let people know my goal is not actually to be a Dramatuber looking to ride the Hoyo hate train. I'm just fucking sad that a game I loved now feels shit to me. Again, it's all my opinion. If you like the game, then please keep playing it. I will continue to make gacha content, sometimes positive, sometimes negative. Today, I was originally going to make a video about why I feel the Star Rail story has largely been 2 years of nothing genuinely significant happening, and all the interesting stories they could be telling, but either chose not to, or it's hidden in relic descriptions, or even simulated universe walls of text. But honestly, I don't want to talk about Star Rail anymore after this video, and that was going to be my last one on the topic anyway. If the community wants the game to keep on this path, at this point, I'm happy to just let them lead the game in whatever direction it's going. Meanwhile, I want to make content that is either informative or opinionated, and I want it to be clear from the start of every video what my intention is. This video, much like the previous one, is a more opinionated video. There's a fine line between drama and rage baiting and opinions and critique, but the gacha community, and more specifically the Hoyo community, in my opinion has become so jaded that they just see everything as either deep-throating the company or being a drama farmer and having a hate boner. If I hate the game so much, why the fuck do you think I played it every day? It's almost like I loved the game and know what it's capable of, but feel let down by the path that it's taken. It's like having a close friend. You don't talk for a while because life is busy, and then you find out they started selling drugs and lost their job over possession charges. You don't hate the guy as a person, and maybe you even try to help, but they've decided this is what they want in life. So you become distant. You still want the best for them, and you'll be there when they're ready to change. But fuck, it hurts when you see what they've become when you know what they could have been. The thing with drama is that it ultimately doesn't benefit anyone. Sure, posting drama and ragebait can get you an initial boost, but if you want to move away from drama, a lot of people will just stop watching because they don't care about you, they care about the drama. And if you want to continue posting drama, you will need to live with the fact that you'll get little to no sponsors, your reputation and credibility will not only be fractured, but you can have your entire future as a content creator ruined because people already have this preconceived notion that you don't know what you're talking about and just like to start shit. When you're a public figure of any kind, public perception is incredibly important, because if you want to be able to grow and develop, it's much easier for people to recommend you and want to affiliate with you when you're seen in a positive light. I mean, just look at what happened when Trash Taste had Hassan on the podcast. That didn't go down very well, they lost a lot of subs, and now their reputation has taken a hit because of this one moment. Causing drama and controversy makes it hard to make connections in the space, and you get stuck in a cycle of either covering drama or getting no views. In fact, because my last video has been seen as drama farming, my channel moving forward will likely suffer, since making a video that performs that well is going to be a monumental task that I'm not confident I can achieve. And that fucking sucks because I don't want to cover drama. Of course I knew the video would ruffle some feathers, but I didn't think the community would be so sensitive over some 80 sub Andy overlooking a fucking Pokemon move. People also think I made the video for the views and attention, despite the fact I literally make no money from YouTube. My first video sat at 450 views after 48 hours and didn't go up at all until the second video 5 days later. After 36 hours, that second video was only at 50 views, and I had thought it was just dead in the water. You might not know this, but not everyone is looking to spread hate for some internet attention. Some of us just need an outlet for our thoughts and opinions. If I just wanted to hate, I wouldn't have mentioned the things that I personally prefer, and would have instead just said, yeah no, weakness ain't shit, speed is designed like ass, stop acting like mechanics matter when you can't even fucking read. I could have even made the story video this week, and absolutely farmed these clowns who sit and watch drama videos all day, just to talk shit. Motherfuckers will open a video and already know what their comment will be before it even starts. But that's not the channel I want to have. I don't want to be Tectone or Saint Tontus. Nothing against them, I watch them both, although sometimes I wish Saint would just stop talking about games that aren't wooer. But either way, that's not the path I want to take. Instead of doubling down and being a Star Rail hate channel, I just want to talk about a genre that I'm passionate about. And if the Star Rail snowflakes are gonna get mad at me for having an opinion, I'm just gonna go talk about better games. You can enjoy your global passives and make up false notions about what gacha games are like to feel better about yours not being that good, and I'll make content about games that actually want to be a good game, and don't say they'll make changes only because a competitor is catching up. Let's not forget, Star Rail hasn't changed shit yet. We're praising them for shit they haven't even implemented yet, as if the game is saved. You think they want to make a better game for you, the player? Get over yourself. If Wooer 2.0 didn't shake the confidence of MiHoYo as much as it did, much less people would have complained and the company wouldn't have changed shit. In all honesty, I'm looking forward to what happens when all these big gacha games come out this year to see if MiHoYo is gonna sink or swim. I mean, look at Tribe 9, the game that I'll be streaming. If you guys haven't been keeping up with the game, on release, people weren't happy with the lack of premium currency in the game and the abysmal gacha rates. So you know what the company did? Instead of doubling down, being greedy, and making the players have to deal with this, they increased the income of gacha currency, they increased the rates on the gacha, and all the pulls you did before March 6th were refunded, but you kept what you pulled. So if you spent 150 pulls on the gacha, and you got, 2, 3, 3 stars, you keep those 2, 3, 3 stars, and you get your pulls back. That lost them so much money, but it was the right thing to do for the players, for the game. Oh, and by the way, the game's been out 2 weeks. So why am I saying drama is getting out of hand? Because a video of some random guy on YouTube expressing their opinion should not summon the wrath of a community, especially when, while I did make some oversights that I'll address and had some opinions that not everyone will agree with, some of these comments are so desperate to find issues, and it really shows the lack of IQ of some people. Not everything you disagree with is drama. The problem is that you spend too much time online and are so desperate for content, you'll watch a guy who had like 88 subs the day before that video just to talk shit. If your game is so good, go and play it instead of defending MiHoYo's sword and shield for free on the fucking internet. It's embarrassing. So let's pull up some of these comments and summon the wrath of the Hoyo community one last time, and next week we can all move on to some other gacha games. Now, I also need to address my own mistakes, and I'm sure a lot of people already know what I'm talking about, but I will clarify why it happened and why I think people are too fixated on it. When I talk about weaknesses in Pokemon, I use Will-O-Wisp as an example of a fire-type move, which is a terrible example on my end, since Will-O-Wisp doesn't directly do damage. Instead, it applies burn, which doesn't scale at all with weakness. Although I will mention, literally seconds before that, I show an example that makes perfect sense, but I guess everyone conveniently ignored it. That oversight happened because I really wanted to keep the analogy consistent, but unfortunately the specific case of a ghost type using a damaging fire type move doesn't exist in the original Pokemon Emerald. Now, if you told me over 60,000 people would watch the video, I would have rewritten the entire section to make a more solid argument. But are we really going to pretend that Pokemon can only learn damaging moves of their type? Are we just going to ignore that effectively every single Pokemon learns normal moves? Or that a Pokemon like Swampert can learn Focus Punch, Ice Beam, and Iron Tail despite not being fighting Ice or Steel? Like, yeah, I fucked up in my example, but is the fundamental point wrong? No. Next up is the comments around expecting AAA quality from a mobile game, or just asking for too much. Sorry, but are we really acting like asking for meaningful game mechanic interactions is behind AAA games? Is it too much to ask for a skip button that literally exists in the game for minor pieces of side quest dialogue? I'm not asking for Monster Hunter. I'm venting my frustrations with systems that exist in-game that I believe the game ruined. I'm not even asking them to add shit. I'm asking them to fix what's there and stop adding shit that circumvents it. Another big one is that I didn't see anyone actually address speed properly. Some people disagree that Pokemon does speed better, and you're allowed to disagree, but not a single person seems to have understood that my argument was that I don't like how speed is super important, but so much comes from pure relic RNG, unlike Heaven Burns Red, where you earn those extra turns through acknowledging boss resistances. In fact, a lot of people argued points I never made, like this comment claiming that I'm saying farming is bad, which I never said. I said speed, which is an important stat, is largely kept behind RNG relics and rate up characters, which I think is bad. Farming in JRPGs is very different to farming relics in Star Rail, where oftentimes you're farming an RNG drop, but it's a drop that has guaranteed power, rather than a week of spending stamina for potentially 0 usable pieces. So here I'll just kind of rapid fire off a few more comments that I just think are either stupid or that I want to address. Let's start with this absolute gem. I can't comprehend this strange allergy towards games just being playable. So here's the thing. Literal shit is edible, but I don't think you would appreciate that on your plate, would you? You can't complain about a PvE game. Yes, the fuck you can. Shut the fuck up. You don't need PvP to want a good game. If you're unironically and seriously playing gacha games in 2025, so bad. Yet you unironically watch and comment on videos about gacha games. How embarrassing. If bad, why popular? Do we really still believe that everything popular is good in 2025? Sword Art Online Season 1, the first Paranormal Activity, Drake, Genshin Impact, Hassan, FIFA, Tectone? These are all incredibly popular. Are they all good? Not to everyone, no. Yanqing is Madarame but dumbed down. No, it's not. Not only can you ignore Yanqing's sword weakness, but you also can't prepare for the fight because the weaknesses are all RNG, and you can only bring 4 of the current 7 damage types. In fact, it's ironic because the best way to fight him is to bring weakness ignore. Holy doom posting. No, it's not doom posting. It's me talking about how I feel about a game and talking about what I personally prefer. When you critique Elden Ring, people say get good. No. When you complain that something is too hard or should be nerfed because you're not good enough, that's the response. If you talk about actual bad game design, that's not the response you get. It just so happens that Elden Ring doesn't have many poor design choices. So in conclusion, the video definitely had flaws, but it's a video about my opinion and the things I prefer. In future, I'll try to better articulate my points, give more concrete examples, and do my best to avoid any oversights. But if you think I'm going to apologize for having a differing opinion, you should probably stop holding your breath because I'm not sorry. If you're here for Star Rail rage bait, you're in the wrong place. If you got the impression that I want to farm views by farming drama, then hopefully my future content will prove that otherwise. There probably won't be a video next week since I want to take time to think about the specific direction I want to take my content, but after that there will be one. I know this video probably came off fairly aggressively, but I'm kind of frustrated that my first video that I think was much better is completely overshadowed by a video I made out of frustration with a game I used to love and makes the channel look like drama slop. Anyway, I've said most of what I wanted to. No more Star Rail for a while, as I mentioned at the beginning. I'll be streaming Tribe 9 on YouTube and Twitch over the next month or so. If you're interested, be sure to come over and hang out. With that said, have a good day and stay safe, everyone.